I have gotten a lot of requests from you guys asking me to, bring this out, and today I'm so happy that it's finally here. Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Lady Peace, and in this video we're going to be learning how to draft a female pants trouser. First of all, I want to say a very big thank you for your words of encouragement, some beautiful comments you guys sent me after I mistakenly deleted the first version of this tutorial. Your support truly meant so much to me. It motivated me to start all over again. Today I'm excited because the pattern is finally ready. I'll be taking you through the pattern drafting in this video, so sit and enjoy the video. So guys, these are my drawing materials here. I also have with me here my pattern paper. You'll be needing a pattern paper for this because you need to draft this out before you transfer it to fabric. All right, so I'm just going to keep this aside and let's proceed. Another thing I did was to first draw a line, and the line here measures 5 inches. Come in by 5 inches and connect a line. That line is going to be serving as our side. Okay, next I'm going to place my tape 1.5 inch above my pattern paper, and I'm going to come down to waist to the hip line. All right, so and then I'm also going to mark my crotch line. If you don't know how to take your crotch measurement, sit on a flat surface, measure from your waist down to that surface. Whatever you get is your crotch line. All right, just like what you have here on the picture. The reason why I'm taking away 1.5 inches from the top of this pattern paper is because this pant is going to be having a waistband. After connecting those lines, I will come down from the crotch line here by 4 inches. This 4 inches is going to serve as my tie line. So come down by 4 inches and then also connect those lines across, just like what I'm doing here. So I'll just connect from here to here. Now the next measurement I'm going to be taking is my waist to my knee line. Still leaving my tape from this 1.5 inch point, I'm going to come down to 23 inches, which is waist to knee line for me. So from the entire line, I'll measure down to that 23 inches. I had 6 inches. I'll just mark it here as well, just to get a straight line. When doing this, just make sure that all your lines are straight. After connecting my knee line, the next measurement I'm going to be taking is my waist to the full length of the pants. Okay, so I'm still going to take away 1.5 inches from the upper part, and I'm going to mark the length I'm working with. The length I'm working with is 40 inches, but I marked using 42 inches. 2 inches is going to be serving as the folding allowance. So I also went ahead to just mark this, the hip, the crotch line, the tie line, my knee line, and also we have the hem line, which is like the full length of the pants. Next, I'll be taking my horizontal measurement. So on the hip line, I'm going to come in by my round hip divided by 4 plus 1 inch for ease. For some of you complaining that your pants comes out tight, make sure that you add ease to it when taking this measurement. I marked it on the crotch line, and then I also marked it on the waistline. I'm just going to go ahead and connect it just like this. When taking your round hip measurement, always make sure to add 1 inch for ease. The next thing I'm going to do now is to get my crotch extension, and to do that, I'll measure from the crotch line down to the side. So I had 11.5. I'm now going to divide this by 4. After dividing it by 4, I had something close to 3 inches. I had about 2.9. So I'm just going to make use of 3 inches. From this point, I'll come out by 3 inches. And then from the crotch line here, I'm also going to go out by 1 inch. All right, come out by 1 inch. So we are going to be connecting from the hip down to the crotch line like this to get our crotch extension. For those of you saying that your crotch comes out tight, please make sure that after marking your crotch extension, go out by 1 inch, just the same way I did here, and connect a curve. If you connect your curve too deep, is going to come out tight. Do not connect your cuff too deep, all right? Just go out by 1 inch and try to connect it. Now the next thing I'm going to do now is to come to the waist, and I'm going to mark my round waist divided by 4. So I will divide my waist, all right? So using my tape here, I'll just try to divide this by 4. So whatever I get, I'm going to come to this crotch line. This is where I'll be taking the measurement from. From here, I'll mark it here, and then I'm going to be adding 1 inch for my dart and 1 inch for ease. All right, add 1 inch for that and also add 1 inch for ease. Then connect it back to the hip line. So once I'm done connecting this, now it's time to divide this my pattern into 2, like to get the center of my pant. So I'll come to this crotch extension and I'm going to measure back to the side. I had something 14.5 inches and I'm going to divide this by 2. After dividing, I have 7.25. I'll come from this first line here on the waistline and mark that 7.25 here. And then I'm also going to mark it here on my hip line and also mark it here on the crotch line. I'm going to mark it here on my thigh line and mark it here on the knee line. I'm basically trying to create like the center of my trouser. I really hope you guys understand. So this is it here. You can see this picture. That is what I'm trying to recreate. So I'll connect all those lines and then connect it to the end of my pant. Next, I'll come to this line here and then place my tape, still leaving my tape from that 1.5 inches point. I'll come down by 5 inches for my dart leg length, and then I'll go out on both sides by half of an inch, and then I'm going to now connect my dart. All right, so you can use 4 inches as the dart length or you can use 5 inches. I made use of 5 inches, and always make sure that while connecting, always take away your 1.5 inches from the waist area. That 1.5 inches is going to be serving as our waistband. Okay, we are going to be having our waistband. So next I'm going to come to the thigh line and then I'm going to divide my round thigh by 4. All right, so after dividing by 4, I'm going to give half to this part and give half to the other side. Let's say, for example, I had 8 inches. I'm going to give 4 inches to this other side and give 4 inches to the other side. Okay, so I'll mark 4 here and 4 here. Okay, so the next measurement I'm going to be taking is my knee. My round knee divided by 4 as well. So if, for example, you have 7 inches after dividing it by 4, it means you are going to give 3.5 inch to this side and also 3.5 inch to this other side. So you are just trying to divide those measurements into 2. You are giving half to this other side and half to the other side. Then I'll go to the end of my pants and then I'm going to divide it by 2. So I had 15 inches and that divided by 4, divided by 4. That divided by 4, I'm just going to mark it here. I'll give, let's say, 4 to this side and then give 4 to this side. Okay, so next I'm just going to go ahead and connect all of those points. So it's very simple. Just divide those measurements the same way I explained earlier, and then after that go ahead and connect all these points together. So once you're done connecting all those points, just go ahead and smoothen any sharp points. All right, smoothen anywhere you know that it's somehow sharp. Just make a curve on those areas. Now the next thing we are going to be getting is our zipper fly. For those of you saying you don't know how to connect a zipper fly, from the waist area on the crotch line, go out by 2 inches, connect it down to the hip line. All right, also come out from the hip line by 2 inches and then connect a straight line across. Once you're done connecting a straight line, you're going to be connecting a curve back to the crotch line. You can see the way I'm placing my ruler. I'll just connect a curve. Can you see? So after connecting this curve, you are good to go. Your zipper fly is ready. It's very, very simple. All right, so the next thing we are going to do now is to cut out this pattern. So guys, after cutting out this pattern, we are going to be using this now to cut out the back pattern. But before then, we need to fold in the zipper fly area. But before you'll be able to fold it in, just cut along this part you see that I'm cutting, just a little bit close to the hip. Do not cut it more than what you are seeing here. Just cut something close to the hip so that we can be able to fold it in this way and then use this pattern to cut out the back. Okay, when you cut it a little this way, you can be able to just fold it in. Can you see? Just fold it in this way and use it to cut out the back pattern. For the back, I have placed another pattern paper, and I also went ahead to place the front pattern on it this way. All right, so you guys, you already know that this my zipper fly is already inside because I had to fold it inside. You don't have to cut it alongside the back pattern. So I'm also going ahead to pin this pattern down so that when I'm drafting it doesn't move. All right, so right now that I'm done pinning all those areas down, the next thing I'm going to do right now is I'm going to come over to, I'll bring my tape, I'll come over to the crotch line. I'll go out from this point by 2 inches. And then I'm going to also do same thing to the hip line. And for those of you that are very big, if you know you are very big, you can come out from the crotch line by 2.5 inches. So on the center line here, I'm going to measure down to that point and then divide what I have there. I'll make a point there, and from that point, I'll go up by 2 inches here. We are trying to get the back crotch line, so from that 2 inches point, connect it to the crotch line. Sorry. So can you see? Just place your ruler this way. Place your ruler this way and connect from the 2 inches point to the crotch line, just like so. When you are done, just smoothen any area you know that it's sharp, like pointed, just smoothen it. So when you place back your front pattern, this is what you have. So I'm going to measure the waist area on the front pattern. Whatever I have, I'm going to now replace it on the back pattern from that 2 inches point. Replace it. Even though it goes outside the front pattern, it's still very okay. All right, so after that, from the hip here, come out by 1 inch. All right, so you are adding 1 inch to the back pattern. All right, so add 1 inch across from the waist down to the full length of your pants. Just go ahead and add 1 inch. And once you're done with that, you're going to now use your marker to connect, or your ruler to connect the waist area. So connect it this way and then connect the other side. By the time you are done connecting all of this or cutting out your pattern, you will notice that the back waist is exactly the same as that of the front. All right, so I'll just go ahead and connect all these points, and then I'll move over to the crotch area and also repeat same thing. I'm going to be giving 1 inch on the side and also connect them back. I also went ahead to, mark the hip line, the crotch line, the thigh line, so it's visible, so you guys know exactly what we are doing. So right now, I'm just going to go ahead and cut this out. While cutting out the back pattern, I almost cut out my sewing or my allowance, the allowance I gave earlier, and then I had to correct that. So right now, I'll just trace out every other thing. You guys, after cutting out, this is what I have. I'll just take away my pins, and this is what the back pattern looks like. So I'll just use my pins to hold down this allowance here that I almost cut off. Thank God I didn't cut it. So moving over to the waist area, it's time to get the darts for the back. From the crotch line, I'll come in by half of my nipple to nipple measurement, which is 4 inches in my own case. So I'll come in by 4 inches from this point here. And then I'm going to take the length of my darts, leaving my tape from that 1.5 inch point. I'll come down by 5 inches, just the same way we did for the front, right? So I'll use my ruler now to connect it into a straight line. And then I'll go out on both sides by half of an inch. All right, half inch on this side and half inch on the other side. And then I'll connect my darts. So when you're done with this, we are basically done with the pattern drafting. All right, so this is just what it is. But I'm going to bring back the front pattern and we're going to be cutting out our pockets. All right, so this pant is going to be having a pocket. So from the waist area here, or the hip area, or how do I call it, from this point come in by 2 inches and then come down by about 6 or 6.5 inches. I use 6.5. So to connect your pockets, the choice it totally depends on what you want. You can decide to make yours straight this way, all right, but I decided to just make mine curved. I want the pocket to be curved, all right. So this totally depends on what you want. This pattern is optional. You can decide to make yours straight, you can decide to make it curved just like mine. So after curving this area, you're going to now cut it out. All right, just cut out the part that you have marked. Just cut them out just like this. So guys, in my next video we are going to be doing the stitching and how like cutting your fabric and how to stitch all of them together. So to those of you that said whenever you make your pants it comes out very tight, please follow the method I use right here. And to those that said the crotch is always going up, please make sure you take your correct measurement, all right? Sometimes it might be that the measurement you took is not correct. Try to always take the correct measurement. We also have our online class where we teach you how to take measurements for your pants, trouser, how to draft them, how to cut, and how to sew all of them and have a better result. Just in case you might want to also be a member of that class, please just send me a message in the comment section and I'll forward my details, my phone number to you so that you can, message me and we take it from there. With that being said, let me see you guys in my next video. Bye.